Cheers. You got coffee? Oh, got lots to cover today. Got lots of stuff I want to talk about. So if anybody's around, that'd be awfully nice. Oh, I see. What did I do? Did I screw up here somehow? No, maybe not. Oh, what I'm afraid is going to happen is yeah, I may go crazy on gosh, yeah. Let me redo Facebook, okay? Yeah, good morning, guys. Let me get this going, and I'm gonna redo on Facebook, okay? Because I have it horizontal and it should be vertical, or else it's gonna, fail on us. Be right back on Facebook only. Yeah, that was dumb. Oh no, that was the wrong one. I am on Facebook. Okay. Whoop. No. I did the wrong one. Facebook's okay, I guess. And now, oh, I see. Yes, Facebook's okay. I got all confused. Okay, no, this was... I gotta go back on Periscope. Sorry, Periscope guys. The easiest way to apply best grant program. To solve your financial problem. Okay, and then it's Lesko, L-E-S-K-O, gotta remember how to spell that, .com/talk. T-A-L-K, and we're going to try it again. Okay, my bad. Boy, I'm such an old fart. I forget so much stuff. Now I got the camera reversed. There's the camera right way. Okay, we're back. Good morning, Ruth. Good morning, Ann. Please enter a name. Hurry up, Lesko. What's the name? What do you mean? Gwendolyn, good morning. What is your Periscope tag name? I think it's Matthew Lesko. That's what it is. A lot of stuff I want to cover today. Gosh, I've been busy doing research, man. I did a whole bunch of projects down in Louisiana. And they were pretty good, man, especially housing. Housing in Louisiana really surprised me. All the programs they have down for housing in Louisiana. So, it surprises me. Like Mississippi, depending on the state you're in. But one thing I wanted, last night I went to hear a fellow talk at a local bookstore, and I think it was also broadcast on C-SPAN, because this is a local bookstore where I live that C-SPAN's there all the time, and let's see, they need a program now in Florida and Texas. Yes, there's a lot, and I had some free things I was handing out to people in Florida and Texas and stuff like that. Oregon, Southern Oregon, yes. Jackson County, Oregon, yes. I've done some research programs there too. I could help you guys. But what I want to talk about first is the Grameen Bank. Okay, now, I went to see this guy talk for about an hour or so at this bookstore. He has a new book out. His name is Muhammad Yunus, Y-U-N-U-S, Y-U-N-U-S. And he's the founder of the Grameen Bank, G-R-A-M-E-E-N. And actually, in America, it's called Grameen America, G-R-A-M-E-E-N, America.org. Okay, this is a bank that gives money for poor people to start a business. Right. And they're so successful. He started this back in the late 70s, early 80s, and he was like a college professor, an economics professor at the university over in Pakistan. Was it, sweetie? Where is he from? Bangladesh, right. And all the wars and everything they have over there and everything, and he's trying to help, instead of preaching, economics, he said, well, how do people really live? And they have no money to live on. So he went out, and after a year or two, he realized, God, nobody could give these people money, and nobody would, none of the banks. So he started lending money, and now it turned into this great thing. He lends money to millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of poor people all over the world to start businesses. And he proves, now here's the neatest thing about this, he only has a 1% default rate. 1%. Okay, I just looked up right now, and if you ever try for an SBA loan, okay, for your business, they have, I look at 15 to 20% default rate. 20% default rate to people who are rich, because they go through banks. It's really banks, and he was like this too. I mean, the banks just want to lend you money. This is the way I always thought too. Banks lend you money for people who don't need it, right? They don't lend you money. So that's why, well, it's the people who need it. They're the ones who need money. So he just couldn't get any banks to lend people money, so he just started his own, And now he's worldwide. And here's the most important thing about him. GrameenAmerican.org. That's awesome. Millions of poor people. Yeah. And actually now you could do that in the United States. Actually, and listen to this, it's only for women. That's right. And with a 99%, success rate. I mean, that's amazing to me. What was I had another thought I was going after. Yeah, I mean, the banks lend money to people who don't need it, and these people, the poor people, are repaying the money back better than rich people. Yeah. Look at Donald Trump defaults on all his stuff, right? He's a rich person, 1% default rate. That's right, 1%. I mean, that's astounding to me. So he's been at this. Oh no. Here's the neatest thing about him. He won the Nobel Peace Prize. That's right, won the Nobel Peace Prize, for saving the world. I mean, that's right. I think it was back in 2006. So it actually, he started it in 1976 or 1983. I found two different words on that. So in 2006, he won the Nobel Peace Prize. And that's why I went down there. The guy was talking in a local bookstore. Man, it was just, it was wonderful to see him. And to see somebody, not only his work, I mean, he has a wonderful philosophy about work. It's really about helping people. And it's really to create a job, not get a job. I mean, that's what's one thing about his philosophy was, I should try it, but I'm not poor. What the hell? It doesn't matter. Poor is a relative thing. In this country, don't forget, the government considers you poor by making $40,000 a year. That's poor. And sometimes it's up to $80,000 a year. So check it out. See, no, don't forget anything. Don't even believe what I say. Everybody's wrong most of the time. And when you have an idea or think of an opportunity, you got to go check it yourself. Contact the Grameen Bank. And actually, they got about a dozen places or so they're now active. But they also tell you how to start a local Grameen Bank yourself. I will, because I owe $1,000 in student loan. $100,000 in student loan. Well, first thing you should do, Ruth, with that $100,000 is check with consumerfinance.gov. Consumerfinance.gov. Okay? And am I getting it in the... Oh, Jeffrey, am I working one on your... Yes, it'll be emailed to you. Yeah, I'm about 4 or 5 days behind on these things. I got so many I got to do. Yeah, consumerfinance.gov, single, not Govs. They loan only, yes, they loan only $1,500. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, I mean, there's restrictions. I mean, you have to learn the ifs, ands, or buts about everything. But he won the Nobel Peace Prize. Oh, one thing about him, he's trying to get people to realize that, and also he has a big thing about, he calls it the mushroom. And this is, I showed you guys a chart recently. I don't know. know if I have it anymore. It's a chart that says, you know, who's getting the money in our society? We're growing as a society, but we're not sharing very well. Here, I found it. Yeah. Okay. Now this is his thing too. Is if you see this, where's Facebook? I mean, you see this backwards, I think, on Facebook. Sorry, guys. But this is the gap. The red line is the average wage, is staying. But now everybody says the economy is growing. Yay! Yay, Donald Trump and everybody, the economy is growing. That's true, okay? Here, the economy is growing, okay? Wages. So who's getting this? Who's getting the money from the economy is growing? Yeah? It's not the working folks, is it? Now, the data, you know, liars could figure, yeah, but data don't lie. It's there, and it keeps going. Now here's, I don't know if you saw the new tax package they're talking about putting into effect now. Okay, the new tax package. This is an op-ed piece from the Washington Post, you know, a communist newspaper, but you know, people write, you know, pretty good stuff in there if you read both sides. And here's data from the Tax Policy Center, which is a nonprofit that studies this. We got all kind of geeks studying this stuff. They say that 80% of the proposed tax reform, you know, from the administration wants to put in, 80% of the cuts will go to the top 1%. 80% of the cuts in taxes. So who's, you know, the government's going to get 80% less taxes, okay? And who's going to get that 80%? The top 1%. Okay, now 25% of the middle class people are going to get their taxes increased. So we got the top 1% of taxpayers in this country are going to get 80% of the tax cuts, and 25% of the middle class people are actually going to get increased in taxes, let alone cut their taxes. It's actually going to increase. And that's why, I mean, he talks about the mushroom, he calls it. You know, that, you know, you build a little stem here, that mushroom, and that's true. I mean, you see all the data, you know, is that the people, I mean, he has like, you know, 7 people in the world have as much wealth as, you know, 100 countries or something like that. I mean, it is getting absurd. I don't know what the hell people do with all this. How many cars can you buy? What can you do with all this stuff? So he's really into getting people to do things so that you grow. You know, and that's it. So if it's identifying a service or whatever you want to do, and not just to accumulate wealth, but to provide something. That's why his business is like a nonprofit. So he's not building assets and whatever. He's doing something for the community. We're here to help everybody else, you know. And that's what I sort of felt. And I felt that, you know, after I got an MBA school and everything I was trying to do, like they taught me, didn't work. I said, yeah. It's not only not working, I wasn't having fun, you know, and it's more fun helping people and trying to figure out how to sustain yourself too by helping people, and that's what his book is all about, and stuff like that. But he's got millions and millions and millions of people, you know, that borrow from him, you know, and got a failure rate of only 1% versus, you know, the New York banking system, you know, for business anyway, on SBA loans is up to, you know, 15 to 20%. You know, that's just astounding. But that's it. But what are, you know, the title, I'm an American medical student. In the Caribbean with no job, never had a job, always in school, full-time, and literally $7 in my bank account. One grant, are you still in the Caribbean or are you in the United States? I don't know what government programs you would have. My school is in the Caribbean school, no American school, so I can afford to get a scholarship. My school is a Caribbean school. So you're in school in the Caribbean, it's unclear. Because, I mean, if you're in school here, you know, or you're out of school now and in the States looking for work, I mean, there's a lot of programs, you know, that you could use. You look at my videos on YouTube. I mean, I got 3,000 videos talking about all kinds of programs. See, there's no one place I could send you. I mean, there are places. You could start with 211. You could call your local elected official. You go to a reference librarian. It's a process. It's a learning stuff. Yeah. I mean, I do research reports that will give you the list for wherever you live, you know, whether it's starting a business or just getting extra money or buying a house and stuff like that. But it is, I could give you single kind of places, but it all depends on a lot of information that you have. My school is a Caribbean school, no American school I can get, so I can't get scholarship. Okay, I'm still not clear if you're living in the States or not. But the other side, even if you're not living in the States, I would look at, you know, I have a report that shows you 140 ways to make extra money on the internet, you know, through platforms. These are legitimate sources that cost you no money to try, you know, and make money. I mean, you know, the things like Airbnb and other little services that you can provide on the internet, all that costs you nothing to do. You only have to pay when you get paid, and they take a small percentage. And that's if you go to letsgo.com/tutor and you take a look at, on the front page there are one called 140, you know, 140 something ways to make extra money on the internet. And all that costs you nothing, you know. So that's there. So that's very interesting. So that's GrameenAmerica.org. Remember that. And actually, you know, the title of this, what I want to share and brag and maybe get some business, is this service that I do now on Talk. If you go to letsgo.com/talk and look at the reviews. I mean, I'm so proud of these things. It's something I just started. See, my issue in my work now is that nobody buys reference books. I'm not sure how to make money out of this stuff yet. You know, when I was buying reference books and doing commercials, it was easy. And I was knocking it out of the park all the time. Okay, so and now it doesn't work that way. People don't buy books, people don't buy reference books, but I know this stuff is important. And so I'm going to stay here. I figure I have 20 more years to stay here and try to figure out how to get it to people. And also, just like the guy from Grameen Bank, how to stay self-sustaining too. I don't want to, you know, buy more cars or houses. I don't want to accumulate crap that's just going to be left behind when I want to die. But I want to be sustainable so I could keep helping people and show them where the opportunities out there to change their life. So one thing I started to do, because I know so much about this, I think I'm likely to be the best person in the country who knows about free money programs. I mean, I've written 100 books on it. I've won a bunch of awards, research awards from the Library Association, and Best Reference Book of the Year awards, and New York Times bestseller awards, and sold millions and millions of books, and all that kind of stuff. But it's still getting to current people. You know, that's my issue, and that's what I'm trying to solve, the problem I'm trying to solve today. So one thing I started a couple of months ago, and just started and just trying it, try things to see if they fail or not. And this is easy to try. So if you have an expertise that you want to sell, you know, I use this service called Clarify, Clarity, CLARITY.FM. I think FM is like for some remote island somewhere as a country. They wanted that. So Clarity.FM. But if you go to letsgo.com /talk, T-A-L-K, you'll see my service there. And it costs nothing to set up, and if it's used, and they take like 10% or 5 or 15, some very small percentage of the money. But they solve all the problems. They solve the technology problem and the billing problem. I don't have to worry about, you know, getting your credit card, or don't have to worry about anything except showing up. They have a great system. You call up, or you reserve a time and you give 3 possible times, and then I go back and say, hey, yeah, that sounds good, and like 90% of the time what you say is good. And then at the designated time we call an 800 number together and we talk. And tell you the truth, within 10, 15 minutes, I mean, it's $1 a minute. So I think it makes you reserve like, at least 15 minutes or something like that. But if we only do 3 minutes, that's all you're billed for, is $3. If we do 20 minutes, then you're billed $20. If we do 30, then it's 30. And usually within 15 minutes, I'm able to solve problems. But here's some of the reviews. I mean, this is the first place that I'm really getting personal reviews in a long time. And they're personal because I even talk to each one of these people. I mean, that's the most glorifying thing to me. That it's so rewarding to me that I could help somebody one-on-one, like selling millions and millions of books on infomercials and stuff. I mean, that's nice. It certainly is, and I'm very happy I had that opportunity. But it's more to almost impress your friends than it is to feel wanted or to feel you're of value. The reviews, and about half the people who use the service, I've done it about 100 times now, and about 50 of these, I've left reviews. Now here's the last couple of reviews I have. Okay, oh my goodness. Now this is a review from a fella. Oh my goodness, Matthew is a genius. By asking him a simple and vague question, how can I get paid to travel? That was the fellow's question. He provided me with so many great ideas, and one of them that may be a game changer for me. Unlike other gurus that charge thousands of dollars for inferior advice, Matthew gives you the idea, points you in the right direction, and tells you to enjoy the ride and have fun. If there's a secret to success, Matthew might have just shown me. Great idea. Head in the right direction and have fun. Wow! What could be better than that? I mean, it is... there's no amount of money that could make you feel better than somebody saying that for what you're doing in life. And that's why I want to help other people do what they have as a special gift in life to give. Here's another one. Right after that guy called, I talked to this other fellow, or actually a woman, young woman, down in Florida. Matthew is a gift. I received so much more information than I expected in a small amount of time on the call. I appreciate you, Mr. Lesko. Thank you. Wow. Wow. I don't get that at home. That's my wife in the other room. Okay, here's a fellow I talked to yesterday. Great call with Lesko. Would recommend to anyone looking for some sound, non-soliciting advice. I mean, that's what so many people that are selling you something. See, in my mind, what they're trying to do is sell you more. So they're trying to make you feel so good that you'll spend more money with them. And that's the upsell. That's right. That's how they sell. C.J. Johnson. So how do you get billed for Clarity PayPal? You just they bill you any way you want to get paid. Or if you want to use PayPal on Clarity, I'm sure they must use it. I don't know positively. I haven't seen it in a while. But credit card, PayPal, I mean, they do all the same. They handle all that kind of stuff. And so that's why, God, I mean, this fella, too, that I called that last one, he said, what was that word? Ungratuitous or non-soliciting advice. Yeah, I mean, this guy was a very accomplished guy. I mean, he's a young guy, been in business for 3 years, good IT business or whatever, doing well, was looking for new areas to get into. And it just takes me a few minutes to get a sense of what you're doing, and somehow I feel what's inside you. I mean, that's why it's something, as I get older, I feel I'm able to communicate non-verbally with people to feel what they really need. And do it, like even when I talk. I mean, when I go give talks now, I prepare like hell, but I let the audience almost tell me what they need, what they're looking for. Somehow intuitively, I'm able to feel that and cover those topics and see what they really know. And I tell you, I mean, I don't think there's any magic in the world. I'll show you things that and sources that you don't know about because you haven't been studying this crap like I do. It's fun to me, and you're not going to spend the time to do it. So I'll show you sources you know, like, oh, here's a great source I found yesterday. If you join the Dental Association in Louisiana, okay, so you're a dentist, you know, and you're starting a business in Louisiana. Okay, there's a dental association in Louisiana, and to try to get you to join their association, it's a professional association, you know, like if you're an accountant association or whatever, they have like one of the 6 items they have as their selling point to get you to sign up to be a member in this Dental Society of Louisiana is they give low interest loans to finance drug rehab. Wow! Wow, do you think we have a drug problem? These are fat cats. These are dentists making a couple $100,000 a year, and the pitch to these people, like one of 5 or 6 items to get them to join. You get a low interest loan to pay for your drug rehab. I mean, that's the most amazing thing that I see. That's why doing research is so much fun. It's so much fun. You find stuff like this. That is it. I've been doing it for 30, 40 years, and that's what keeps me going. Man, it's like treasure hunting, in the gold rush days. You got that panning for gold. Sure, it's a pain in the butt and takes time, but boy, you find that little nugget. Yeah. And that is just incredible. And speaking of drug rehab, I don't know if you saw I think it was a study that done the Washington Post and 60 Minutes, and it was on CBS recently. So the opioid, epidemic, all the people that are dying because of opioids. Well, now last year, the opioid epidemic has killed 64,000 people. 64,000 people. 64,000 people died by drug overdose. And a lot of this is prescription drugs, so they're getting it legally. Okay, according to the report, more Americans died from drug overdoses last year than the number of lives lost entirely in the Vietnam War. Okay, now this related to me. I was in Vietnam.